My name is Prophet Ado. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Minnesota, and my major, strategic journalism track in the J.
My name is Anand Khan. I'm actually a PSCO student, still in high school, senior in high school, and I plan on majoring in genetics.
Political science, Israel, Aranda, and my year in college is my senior year.
My name is Jory Ferguson. I'm a freshman and I'm a speech language hearing sciences major.
Identity means to me what I choose to connect with. You know what I mean?
I think it's more about like it's kind of hard to define. Maybe ethnicity or I don't know. It's kind of who you are as a person. I guess you could say personality wise. I feel more so than like ethnicity or background or where you come from.
Identity to me, means confidently believing in your path, confidently believing in your roots, knowing your roots, and standing by what you believe in your culture.
Identity is how other people see you and also how you view yourself, how you would describe yourself to other people.
Both my parents are from Pakistan, so I'm Pakistani, and I'm definitely proud of where I come from.
Yes, my ethnic heritage is Mexican, and I am very proud of it.
I'm black. I'm not. I'm not proud of it. It's not really a factor to me.
My ethnic heritage is Nigerian. The specific tribe is Yoruba. Oh, and I'm proud of it. Yeah, totally. The black skin I wake up in every day, I totally love it. I'm proud of everything it is. It's caused me to be the man of who I am today. So, there's nothing great.
Oh, there's so many terrible misconceptions. Just terrible ones. I'm not going to get into, but they're irritating because they usually never apply to me at all. So
I think that's a common misconception that people think that Mexicans are somehow like invaders or somehow they're like you know like like if they're new to this land or something when that's not true at all. And I actually take it upon myself to remind those people, those Anglo Americans, to remind them, where are you from, where is your descent from, are you Irish, did you come from Sweden, Norwegian, you look kind of Russian, or that type of thing. So
I guess misconceptions about just pretty much our religion, Islam, and I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but just to keep it brief, it just I feel like a lot of people are misinformed, and it kind of hurts at the same time, but it creates a sense of like urgency to try and maybe inform people more about the truth and what Islam really is about, and just generally about that.
The common misconceptions people have about Africans, Nigerians, either one to be specific, it's all from that same, country, are that, we eat, various animals, we walk, you know, barefoot, we hunt in the jungle, we're not educated, um, what else? We worship the devil at times, or we do juju magic. For me, honestly, when people say, oh, you know, common things in elementary and junior high that I used to experience where kids would come up and say that the term African booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? One, you wouldn't really understand where that was coming from, but it's the media and, you know, cultural influences that they're around that cause them to think that way without actually having them, get to know an individual's person as a person, without having them learning somebody's story of where they come from. It really upsets me.
You believe racism is still in effect today?
yes. Sorry, second part.
Okay, why or why not, and how?
It's basically because of stereotypes, negative stereotypes that portray certain people in a ways that people do not favor at all, and they don't take the time to get to know people, and they stay in that ignorance and let that influence how they act towards other people.
I do believe it's still in effect today. Why is it? I believe that is because you experience it every day. Sometimes some people experience it at first hand. you know, especially people with limited English proficiency. You know what I mean? So people who can't, you know, speak English really well. I mean, I think they're a lot of times they are treated more. I want to say inhumanely, you know, almost as if they're not intelligent enough, you know, just because they don't speak English. It is very prevalent still. I mean, it's you know, you can go almost to any major website, you know, like YouTube or you know other similar websites of that nature, and you'll find racist comments all the time. You know, it's almost as if when people say, um, I have a friend who's Mexican, and then they make some Mexican jokes, or I have a friend who's black, and then they make some black jokes, or you know what I mean? That they make I have a friend who's Jewish, and then they make you know Jewish jokes or whatever, and so that's a form of racism. Or when people start any sentence with, "Well, I'm not racist, but you know what I mean," that is a form of racism. You know, I mean, people, you're you know, it's almost as if you're putting up a defense mechanism, you know, so people won't judge you, you know, so you can say your racist comment.
Racism is in effect. I don't know when it's gonna be distinguished, but it's still in effect today. You can still walk around the University of Minnesota, go to various events, and still have people look at you a funny way, or make slight comments here about, oh, you know look at the way he dresses. One thing that's really apparent here in terms of cultural diversity here at the University of Minnesota on the second floor is the fact that although the racism may not be announced publicly, you can still see it in the centers. Not many, for example, Caucasian people try to come and experience the diversity of this floor. Reason being, I come to the BSU often. Not many, Caucasian people are in the BSU. The BSU is not just for black people, it's for people of all heritage. Just like, La Raza over here, or Misa right down the hall.
Definitely is. It definitely is. As much as we wanna say it isn't, it does factor into our thoughts, everyday thoughts, and just everyday experiences.
A world without race, pretty much I don't know if it'd be like a utopia or something like that. Kind of like a place where everybody gets along, where no one has argued, strife, malice towards one another. Because nobody would know any different. Nobody would be able to distinguish the differences. And I feel that's what people need to kind of focus on now. That just because somebody is black, white, brown, you know, the inner content of the person is what matters.
Obviously, a lot more cohesive and a lot more unified, I guess. But
Probably boring. Yeah. Probably really boring. There would be no variety at all.
I don't know. I think a world without race would be even worse. I mean, maybe if we were all the same, like if we were all brown, or if we were all black, or if we were all white, if we all came out the same, maybe then we would be fair to each other, and we would treat each other more humanely. But I think not. I think race actually creates a buffer for everyone, so that we actually treat each other more humanely. I think that if we all looked the same, that if we were all just one color, and we all just like, just bam, came off the mold, per se, we're all just the same, I think we would be even more violent with each other. You know what I mean? I mean, where would the identity be? There would be no identity. It's like being a number. A world without race would be very questionable to me. I don't think it would be the greatest place to live in. I think we need race, and we need identity. We need people to look different. You know what I mean? Because that's where the embodiment of respecting one another and respecting that which is different, respecting that which is unique, comes from. It's an important buffer to be able to respect one another.
Smile at the camera once more, because
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
thank you for your time, and smile at the camera one last time.
Thank you. And smile for the camera once more.